Good morning students, welcome all. In today's video, we are going to study the organizational function. First of all, what is the function? So what is the organizational function? If any religious person doing any work or any task related to religion, it is called religion function. Same as if any business person doing any work related to business, it is called organizational function or business functions. First of all, here we are going to study the scope of organizational functions. First of all, what is the scope of organizational functions? Scope means from beginning to end, all of the tasks and all the works are included in the scope. For example, if any student wish to achieve 80% in the exam of 12, if any student from the 12th standard wish to get 80% in his 12th standard, what should he doing during the whole year? At that time, that particular students must follow all the process. First of all, the student must be clear all the concepts of the particular subjects in 12th standard. For example, he is the student of commerce and he want to achieve 80% in the examination. At that time, student must be doing all the tasks. In task is there are 7 subjects in the 12: economics, business organization and management, secretarial practice, accounting, statistics, Gujarati and Sanskrit or Hindi. The students must prepare all their subjects very clearly. For example, that particular students achieve more than 90% marks in 6 subjects, and in Gujarati or in accounting or in any one subject he got only 70 marks. What is the reason here? Here we can say that the functions or the overall scope is not completed. It means the ultimate result is fails. In business organization also, if any business person or any entrepreneur want to do any particular task, he must be aware about all the functions of the management. Functions starting from planning and up to the control. As we know, there is one formula which is post-work: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting and budgeting. These all are the tasks of the management. So, from the planning to budgeting, each and every task must be clear in the mind of the entrepreneur. So, in the scope, from the starting to end, from the first task of the business management to end task, which could be anything. Here, we are going to study the scope. In that, on page number 106, there is given Henry Fayol's view. First of all, here we have given Henry Fayol's view. So, what is the view of Henry Fayol, or what Henry Fayol think about the management? So, as we all know, Henry Fayol is the father of management, and he first of all gives the principles of the management. So, Henry Fayol believes that in business organization there is only 5 tasks. That 5 tasks is planning. First of all, you have to plan your activity. You have to plan your objective. You have to plan each and everything of your business organization. Second is organization. You have to organize each and every activity as well as human being of your business organization. Then coordination between your employees, coordination between the departments, coordination between the head of the departments, coordination between the machinery. there must be coordination in your business organization. Third, command. Command means control, direction, and particular motivation should be given to your employees. And next, control. This is the final and the fifth task of the business organization according to Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol says that these 5 tasks are included in the functional scope of the management. So there is given the first presentation of managerial function in a specific manner was made by a French expert named Sri Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol first gives the functional scope of the management. In 1916, Fayol published a book called General Industrial Management, in which he classified managerial functions into 5 main categories. Here, the first task of function is to planning. First of all, we all are aware about the word planning. Planning means what to achieve in the future. This is called the planning. For example, here we had taken example of a student. The student want to get 80% marks. Student want to get 80% marks in his examination. So this is the target of the student. This is the target. So that particular student must be clear and must be work as per the task. So first of all, this is the objective. In business organization, every employee, first of all, they must be clear about the objective, and according to objective, they must plan the activities of the business organization. So, planning is at the base of management. Fayol used the French word planning as well as to estimate. Plan or to estimate. In planning, all the tasks is about to future. In future, which task is to be performed, it is estimated in the planning. Fayol lays more stress on forecasting. For the purpose of effective planning, flexibility, clarity, unity is required. Henry Fayol says that in your planning, first of all, your planning should be flexible. Your planning should not be rigid. If in any stage in your planning there is need to change, it should be scope in your planning that any particular thing must be changed if required. The next is clarity. In your business organization, each and everything, every task, every duty must be clear in your business organization. For example, if in your business there are 300 people are working in your business organization, so these 300 people must be aware about the duties and tasks delegated to particular employees. And the next is unity. If all the activities, all the tasks are properly done, but in your business organization there is no unity, at that time your business organization cannot run in a long time. So in your business organization there should be unity between management and labor. There should be unity between the machinery and employees. There should be unity between one department to other department. It is said by the Henry Fayol. So the first task given by the Henry Fayol is planning, and the next is organization. What is organization? Organization means whatever object is framed by the planning, any activity or any particular thing or any particular task, it is called organization. To organize means organization. Organization is a means to provide the necessary material, machinery, capital, wages, etc. Organization means whatever objective or whatever task particular planned by the planning, it should be done by the organization. Here he says that organization is a means to provide is the material required to the business organization. It will provided by the business organization, machinery, capital, wages, etc. Apart from the systematic arrangement, organization also includes the creation of structure and the arrangement of employees. They must clear which employee work in a which place, which machinery should be run in a which manner. These all things is to be clear in the organization. The next part is traditional managerial experts believe that personnel management is an independent function of management. The traditional management expert thinks that the personnel management is a different thing. In organization, there is also included personnel management, but the traditional management experts think that the personnel management and the organization, both the functions are different. The third part is coordination. Coordination means what? Coordination code સંકલન ગુજરાતી સંકલન એટલે coordination. હવે સંકલન એટલે શું એ તમને ખ્યાલ છે. To coordination between two employees, between two departments, between two tasks. Here many of the management experts have described coordination to be at the base of managerial activities. Many thinkers say that the coordination is the base of the management. Coordination જે છે એ પાયો છે. Coordination છે એ આત્મા છે સંચાલનનો એવું વિશે કહેવામાં આવેલું છે. Coordination is the soul of management. Fair has come to that coordination is the essence of the successful management, but he has not been able to explain the functions in details. Henry Faber says that the coordination is very important in the business organization. For example, your planning is good, your planning is a very well mannered, your organization is also good, you are assigning each and every employee to the task and the task is very well assigned to the every employee. Your machinery is also in that well mannered place, but in your business organization there is no coordination between two departments. For example, selling department and purchase departments are not in a coordination, or they have conflicts between each other. Here we can take another one example. For example, if the two manager has any conflicts and they are not working in a coordination, so it is also the example of task. Here you can also take the example of coordination. Here this student is failed. He achieved 90% marks in 6 subjects, but he is not able to coordinate between these 6 subjects to the one subject. That's why he failed in one subject. If he will able to coordinate between all the 7 subjects, at that time he could be successful to get 80% marks. But by any of the reason, that particular students are not able to coordinate between the 7 subjects, and so at that time he fails. In business organization, your each and every activity should be in a coordination. If any of the activities, any of the departments, any of the employees are not in coordination, at that time you will not get the fruitful result of your planning. The fourth is command. So here, what is command? Command means to give instruction to particular employees. Fair has stated that the fourth function of management is to issue orders. Issuing orders means control. When you are issuing orders to your employees, it is called command. For example, in any business organization, any employee issue order to their if any employee issue orders to their employees, it is called command. For example, in a business organization, you assign each and every task to your employees, but every employees are not able to do that particular task in a given manner. For example, if you are assigning your computer operator to operate any system or to do any particular task, and the computer operator will not able to do that particular task in a well manner, at that time you should command to your employees. Fair has come to that coordination is the essence of the successful management. But here Theo has used the term in context with guidance and direction. But here Henry Fair does not say that the command means to issue orders. Henry Fair says that command means to direct or to guide. It means if any of your employees are not able to do any particular task, at that time you should guide the employees. If you are guide or if you or issuing orders, at that time you should guide your employees. At that time you will get more fruitful results. For example, there is two managers. First manager is order the employees to do any particular task, and the another manager is guide any employee to do the task. At that time, which manager can be more effective? The manager who guide is more effective than the management who issuing the orders. So, Henry Fair says that you should direct or guide your employees instead of to issue order to your business employees. The fifth is control. The fifth function of management as given by Fair is control. According to the modern concept, control means to check whether the activities are being undertaken as per the planned program or not. What is the control meaning? Control means in planning you have to form your objectives, and while forming the objectives you decide some task. For example, if you assign any task to your business employees, if your business employees will successful to complete the task, at that time you don't need any control. But by any reason, if your business organization or your employees will not able to achieve that particular task or achieve that particular things, at that time you need to control. For example, whatever your estimation objective or whatever your estimation, if your estimation or your planning objective will achieve, at that time you don't need the control system. Here they are says that according to the modern concept, control means to check whether the activities are being undertaken as per the planned program or not. Whatever your planning is, every activity is being undertaken as per the plan or not. એટલે કે તમારે જે પ્લાન કરેલું છે, તમારું જે પ્લાનિંગ છે, આયોજન મુજબ તમને કોઈ જગ્યાએ રિઝલ્ટ મળે છે કે જો રિઝલ્ટ ના મળતા હોય તો કંટ્રોલની જરૂરત છે. If you will not get the result as per your planning, at that time you need the control system. And if you will get particular thing or particular result according to your planning, at that time you don't need to plan or you don't need to control the activities. So these are the functions which is given by the Henry Fair. Here you can say in the beginning I said that from the beginning to the end, this is called scope. Scope means whatever the activities are from the beginning to end, all the tasks, all the activities are included in the scope. So business management is started from the planning. According to Henry Fair, business is started from the planning. Then you have to organize the activities. After that you have to command or you have to guide to your after that your every employee must be in coordination. Then you should command to your business employees, and the last step of the business organization is to control the activities of a business organization. From planning to control, this is the functions of the management according to Henry Fair. Next, we are going to study the classification of Peter F. Drucker. So the next is Peter F. Drucker's classification. On the page number 107, there is given modern management thinker Peter F. Drucker has a leading role among all the management thinkers. He has decided managerial functions into three parts. If you see in any management functions, most of the thinkers or most of the experts given functions according to the activities or according to the task. Means it is most of the management functions will start from the planning and it will end on the control or budgeting or training or any other. But there is only one thinker or one expert who did not include any of the functions in the management scope, and that thinker was Peter F. Drucker, which is totally different. And એક જ એવો પીટર એફ ડ્રકર એક જ એવા મેનેજમેન્ટ ટૂલ છે કે જેમને એક પણ સંચાલનના જે છે એમાં એડ કરેલા નથી. એ આપણે જોઈએ તો ફર્સ્ટ ઓફ ઓલ પીટર એફ ડ્રકર says if you manage a business it is called the functions of the management. If you manage the employees it is the task of the business enterprise, and if you manage the work and activity these are the management functions. These all are the functions according to Peter F. Drucker. So let's see. First, he says management of business. Management of business. According to Peter F. Drucker, if you manage the business, it is the classification or it is the task of the business organization. The existence of business depends on its profitability. As we all know, business organization can run without the profit. Profit is the lifeblood of any business organization. So, whatever the profitability of a business organization, profitability એટલે નફાકારકતા. તમે તમારા ધંધામાંથી કેટલો નફો કમાવશો, it is called profitability. The management of an enterprise should be done in such a manner so that a reasonable profit margin remains between the selling price and the production cost. Peter F. Drucker says whatever your business activities are in your business organization there should be reasonable profit. What is the meaning of reasonable profit? Reasonable profit means your selling price and production cost, the difference between selling price and the production cost. For example, you can take example here. Your selling price is 50 and here you get rupees 5 as a profit. Your selling price is 50 and your profit is 5 rupees. On the other hand, if there is another business whose selling price is also same 50 and the profit is, for example, 7 rupees. In this both the situations you can see the second business get the more profit. If there is any requirement, say if second business will decrease their price, at that time they will not that much affected. If this business organization will decrease their price from 50 to 48, at that time that particular business will also get the 5 rupees profit. હવે અહીંયા તમે જોઈ શકો છો કે 50 રૂપિયા જ્યારે ભાવ હતો ત્યારે એક પેઢી 5 રૂપિયાનો નફો કમાતી, જ્યારે બીજી પેઢી 50 એટલે 7 રૂપિયા કમાતી. તો એ 48 રૂપિયા રાખે તો પણ here you can also see that if any of the business firm 23 rupees. So here you can say if you are successful to decrease as much as difference between the selling price and the production cost, at that time you will get more profit, and if you will get more profit, it will be called that your business organization will run more smoothly. Drucker is of the view that the enterprise should reduce the cost below the expected price of the customer. Whatever the expectations of your customer, your business enterprise should try to decrease the cost of your product up to the expectation level of the customers, so that the reasonable profit margin is kept. In this way, Drucker has given importance of conservative management. So here you can say that if there is no vast changes between the quality of the product and one firm give the product at 50 rupees and the other business firm will give that same thing in 48 rupees, from where you will purchase? कोई एक व्यापारी તમને 50 રૂપિયામાં કોઈ વસ્તુ આપે છે, બીજા વ્યાપારી એ જ વસ્તુ એ જ ક્વોલિટીમાં તમને 48 રૂપિયામાં આપે છે. At that time you are also purchase the thing from the any business firm who will gives you in a 48 rupees. 48 rupees માં એટલે કે 48 રૂપિયામાં જે વ્યક્તિઓ તમને આપતા છે તમે ત્યાંથી પરચેઝ કરશો. So first point which is given by the Peter F. Drucker was planning or so management of the business. The second point is management of managers. Management of management of manager means those managerial personnel who are responsible for the successful of an organization should remain united to each other. It means you can see the functions of coordination. Peter F. Drucker says in your business organization the personnel or the managers they must be united, there must be in a coordination. The management of the managers should be done in such a way so that they themselves use the manpower and the machinery to an optimum extent to achieve definite goals. Here, Peter F. Drucker says in your business organization, whatever the level or whatever the extent of a business manager, they should be in a united way. For example, there is a two managers. First is the head of the purchase department and the another is the head of the selling department. If the both the managers are not in a any particular things or in a united way, at that time they will not get the particular thing or they will not achieve the objectives of the business organization. તમારા જે મેનેજર છે એ જ જો યુનિટીમાં ના હોય તો એ એમના એમ્પ્લોયીને ક્યારે પણ યુનિટીમાં રાખી શકશે નહીં. So here Peter F. Drucker says in your business organization your managers should be in a united way. The third thing is which is given by Peter F. Drucker. He says management of employees and work. Management of employees and work. Management of employees work and work. Here you can see this third point is related with the command and control. Ultimately you can say Peter F. Drucker is given the task which is similar to the Henry Fayer's task, but the name of that particular task will be different, which is given by Henry Fayer and Peter F. Drucker. બે બંને વ્યક્તિએ નોર્મલી સરખી જ વાત કરેલી છે પરંતુ એમના શબ્દો અલગ છે. હવે અહીંયા continuous and regular production level should be obtained by effectively managing raw materials, machinery and other resources. For this purpose employee selection, direction, guidance, motivation and controls are also required. And Peter F. Drucker says that continuous production is not in a regular manner or not continuous, at that time you will not get profit as per your planning. By effectively managing raw materials, machine and other resources, you have to manage the resources, you have to manage the raw material. Raw materials should be purchased from that place where you will get as less as the cost. For this purpose, employee selection, first of all you have to keep in mind the selection of your employees. The second is direction, you have to direct to your business employees. The third is guidance, you have to provide guidance to your business organization, as we have seen in this one. In your business organization, if your employees are not working in a united way or not working in a coordination, at that time you will not get the result as per your planning. So here you can see that your business organization should be in a well-mannered thing. Motivation and controls are also required in the business organization. So here you can see that Henry Fayol's and Peter F. Drucker's classification. Henry Fayol says that in business organization or in the scope of the organizational function, there are 5 tasks or 5 activities, which is planning, organization, coordination, command and control, according to Henry Fayol. These all are the activities of the business organization. But Peter F. Drucker says no, these 5 are not the activities of the business organization. If you manage a business organization, at that time you should do 3 tasks. The first task is managing the business, the second task is managing the managers, and the third task is managing the employees of a business organization. First of all, જો તમે તમારા બિઝનેસ ને મેનેજ કરી શકો, મીન્સ તમારું પ્લાનિંગ, ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ, these all are things are included in the management of the business. The second point is management of managers, એટલે કે તમારું હાઈ લેવલ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન અથવા કોઓર્ડિનેશન નું કહી શકો. તો કોઓર્ડિનેશન પ્લાન or any other things related to organization or coordination will be included in the managing the managers or management of the managers. And the third, which is related to your business employees, related to your business machinery. These all things of these all tasks or activities will be included in the managing the employees or the work. So these are the functional scope of the management. Again we have if we continue that what is the scope of the management? Scope means from the beginning to end, whatever the task or whatever the activities is to be carried out in business organization, from starting of the business to end of the business, these all things of these all activities are included in the scope of the management. So still we don't have pure picture of the functional management. So in our next video we are going to study post-core formula. What is post-core formula? It will be studied in our next video. Thank you.